Okay, we should be live. Hello, everyone. I will give you guys a few minutes to join the live so that we're not talking to ourselves here.
Hello.
If you're already here and you have read The Fellowship of the Ring, go ahead and let us know your rating in the comments. And also, it would be nice to know if this was your first time reading it or if this was like a reread. Or did you not read it, but you already know the story, so you're here? Like, that's cool too. It was my first time. It was my first time reading it and watching it. So I'm very nervous because I feel like I'm going to get everything wrong and not remember anything and look like a bimbo, but here we are.
Bimbo Book Club.
Pretty much. When I first started reading the book, I started with annotating, and then I quickly stopped because I felt like it was taking so long. And then I don't know why I was like, let me just write notes while I read. That's going to be so much faster. Let me show you, okay? You leaving me? Close the door, please. Oh, you are? Like I just wrote a whole of notes because I'm so nervous. Because I know that this is like a fandom that people really go hard for, you know? And I was like, I don't want to forget anything. And I'm pretty sure I forgot everything. It's fine. Ow.
We're going to do our best, as always. And I have a new computer set up. Fun fact, when my husband was putting the rug in my office, he dropped my computer monitor. And they're my work computer monitors. So I was like, oh, I hope I'm not fired and I have to tell them it broken. But then they sent me 2 new ones. And nothing works the right way. So hopefully this gonna work for us right now.
You just finished chapter 3. Somebody says they just finished chapter 3. So this was my first time reading it, and I'm giving it a 5-star. And I feel like that's not. It's weird because I feel like a lot of people don't give it 5 stars. At least the people that I've seen, because like Carly didn't give it 5 stars, Ricky didn't give it 5 stars. Kelsey,
and that's
I feel like is a betrayal. Didn't give it 5. Kelsey left the Discord, and I feel like that. I feel scorned. She didn't give it 5 stars, so that's weird. But I gave it 5 stars. What about you?
I give it 4 stars.
Emerson, can you close the door?
I feel like that's only because, like, in my fantasy bag, like, okay, what do you normally rate 5-star fantasy?
What do I rate 5-star fantasies? I rate it 5-star.
No, what are other things that you rated? Like, what are your 5-star fantasies?
Oh, okay. Outlander, but I read Outlander in like 2012, so I need to reread that. There's not a lot because I read a lot more YA fantasy versus now adult fantasy. You wouldn't think that because of all the fantasy that I have on my shelves, but I think I gave 2 of the ACOTAR books 5 stars, but like they're not favorite book 5 stars. They're like, it was a good time 5 stars.
So what is this? 5-star or a good time 5-star?
No, this was not I cried. This is not a good time 5 stars. But this is like I think it's because it's very heavy on friendship and like just I don't know. I just felt very like I don't know. I just gave it 5 stars. I just really liked it.
Okay, I'm good. I love that. I love it. It's okay.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
No, I feel like when I think of like my 5-star fantasy, like for some reason, fantasy books for me are like a whole other category. Like if I say like it's a 5-star thriller or a 5-star just general fiction, lit fic, that they're a dime a dozen. But for me, like my 5-star fantasies, because I guess like fantasy books are just so much more of an investment. Like I feel like either A, from the beginning, I am like, yep, I want to live here. I want to be a part of this group, or it's 5-star on a reread because like the arc overall then pulls me into that 5-star feeling. But right now, like, because again, this is my first time reading, I have no idea what's ahead of us.
Me neither.
There were so many times in this book where we were getting so much lore and so much of the world, but I'm like, hi, I'm new here. I don't give a shit about any of this yet. Like,
but I feel like also, okay, sorry to interrupt your thing, but I feel like when I go into fantasy books where they don't have that lore, and then like I feel like I cannot be convinced.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So like this, he has stuff to back it up, and he has stuff to back that stuff up, and then he has stuff to back that stuff up, because it's not just the Hobbit, the Fellowship, the Towers, and the King. He has a plethora of other books out there that he has to back the languages up, to back just like where the elves came from. There's a whole nother book just about Tom himself. Like this man created an entire, I don't know. I did read, I didn't want to say universe, because Tolkien himself says it takes place on Earth. It just took place a long time ago on Earth. So it's not like that kind of situation. It's not like a made up world. But I feel like, I don't know. It could also be because I dove in, like when I started reading it in October, I dove into like Tolkien himself. And just from like what I read, I felt really like pulled towards him as a person. That sounds so stupid, but just like I admire his brain and his like the way he's a father and like what he did. He was like in World War I and like another war and all of this, while also still being a father and like making sure his kids got letters from Santa Claus, and just like, but also he like loved language so much that he created not one language but multiple languages, and then created worlds to fill those languages. And it's just like he wrote an entire book just for his son to read, you know, not even intending to publish it, and then that turned into this. And it's admirable to me versus like a Frida McFadden in her party wig, you know. I can't be admired by that. I think that does play a role in my 5 stars. Is it a parasocial relationship, even though he's dead? In like a different way. I'm sure there's a different word.
Relationship.
A what?
A paranormal relationship with his ghost.
I'm sure there's a different word for it. But I think that also played a big role in this. But also when I look back on a lot of my other favorite books that aren't technically fantasy, they're all very like, they have the same vibes in the sense like there's a lot of slow parts, and there's just a lot of like, you get to know the characters, and you get to like, I don't know. I feel like it just fit. And I'm really excited, and my ring is stuck on my finger. Oh, I gotta take that off. You know, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with all this, but I gave it 5 stars. So we'll just see. And then I was going over my notes earlier, because I was like, it's been like a couple weeks. I don't remember essentially anything that I was reading or that I read. And then as I was reading it again, I was like, I really want to just reread the book, but I don't have time. So, and I feel like that also shows that I really liked the book, you know?
Yeah. See, and I liked the book, but this, unless there's like the way we go is about to knock my socks off, I ain't coming back to this one.
Really?
This was the first book. This very much is the lead up. It is the setup. It is the, hey, here's the history. Here's all these people. And like, this was I think the only time I've ever watched and read a book and been like, yeah, that movie was enough. That movie was good. Like, this book feels like it's doing too much. I'm being crazy. I know this is a fandom that's ready to come get me, but I'm in my dumb bitch era. And I was like, yep, that movie told me everything I needed to in a good fashion.
The movie definitely helped. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's this one scene. So I'm gonna try to say it without spoiling anything. Oh, first off, I did want to say if you're here and you have read books 2 and 3, please don't talk about anything that happens in book 2 or 3 because I have not read, and I'm sure there's other people like Katie that we have not read those. Try not to spoil us, please. But I'm gonna try to say this without spoiling anything. But so when we went to go watch the movie in the Discord and the Buddy Watch, and I said something, and I felt like, because I think somebody replied with, "Have you even finished the book?" And so I was like, "Oh, great!" So what I just said actually happened. And then, like after we were watching the movie, while we were watching the movie, I was like, "This did not feel as sad while I was reading the book," And I even mentioned like while we were watching the movie that I was not done with the book. I had maybe like 40, 50 pages left of the book. Well, then the next couple of days, I went back to go finish reading the book, and it's because I realized I was right before that little part happened. So like I picked up the book and they were at a certain area of the certain thing, and it was kind of like I fucked up because like I don't know, because I was like, this does not feel like this sad. This is why I was like, I was confused, but it was because I hadn't like finished fully reading the scene, and I was like, oh, I ruined this for myself. but then I cried more at the end than I did at that part. And then when I was reading the book and I got to the end of the book and I was like, well, them fuckers, that's not even in the book. Anyway. So that's all. I think that's it. That about sums it up. Anybody have any questions?
All right. We'll see y'all later.
Just kidding. Oh, let's see. What is radio play? Radio play of the versions. But you're confident to give it a 5 stars, so I don't know what radio play is.
Stina, tell us.
The movies are definitely.
I need to know what the hell's going on with Kelsey.
I know. She said she sent me a DM, but I guess I didn't. There are days where I'll go like a week or 2 without checking my DMs. Look, I literally, like you see every time I open it up, there's more. I've gained 2,000 followers in a week. That's crazy.
Okay, Queen, pop off.
I don't know what Instagram is just pushing out my stuff right now. I'm not complaining, but I have to get off of it because that's why I ain't even been in my stories because I'm so nervous because there's a lot of new people there. And I'm like, what if they don't like me?
Yeah, I hear they follow you because they don't like you. That's why.
Well, some people do follow me because of that. Let's
Those
see.
are sick individuals.
Say it again.
Those are sick individuals.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The movies. Okay, sorry. The movies are definitely 5 stars for me. I think it's because I grew up on those. Also, this. So, did you watch the movies before you read the book, Carly? It was also nice watching the movie and then finishing the book because then I could like. It was easier for me to because I cheated. I found a character list and I printed it off, but it was easier for me to like keep track with the characters after I had a face to put with characters,
Yes. Because I was like halfway done when we watched, and then I finished it the night after, and I completely agree. Like the second half of it, I was like, oh, I know that person. Meanwhile, during the first half, I was like, they're talking about that person like I should know who it is, but I swear I never met him.
Yeah. It's so funny how that works, how our brains work.
Ooh, Carly, you watch the movies as they came out, but it's your first time reading them.
Oh, that's interesting. So then I could see why you wouldn't give it a 5 star. Because I feel like if I read a book first and then watch the movie, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm being more analytical with it because I'm like comparing it to what I already know. And I wonder if it's like the reverse, you've watched the show. So now you're like, oh, that's different than the book. That's different than the book. Because I do find there was.
Go ahead.
I did feel like there was quite a few things that were kind of different than the movie.
I will say the this part of the second half that I read after watching was the scene when they get to, is it Rivendell? Where they're all having like the council meeting talking about like, what are we going to do with the ring? They get like whatever. Yeah. In the movie, that was 5 minutes. That was a succinct wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. This is what we're going to do. Hey, I'm going to yell at you in the black speak. And, oh, that's never been spoken here. I don't apologize. We need to do something. And they leave. What happens in the book? For 8 hours of the audiobook. I was like,
yeah, that was a very long chapter. And I even went and printed out this, which is because it talked about it at the beginning of the book, but then it also talked about it in that scene in the book as well, talking about how the ring came about and whatever. And I was like, if they bring this up in the thing, I'm not going to remember a singular. So I even printed that out because I was like, this is so much grown-up stuff. I don't understand what's going on. But yeah, that was definitely a big part of the book. I feel like it was like, yeah. And then the rest, I don't know. I have an inkling that book number 2 is probably going to be slow. Because I feel like when other people talk about it, they're like, people either really love this or people complain about it. And they'll be like, all they did was walk. All they did was walk. But I feel like in the book, it was very, like, it wasn't like, okay, are we just walking? Like, I felt like it was like they were doing something, even though they were on a journey. But it was like things were happening as they were going on, you know?
When I say that a 4-hour movie to me was better paced than this book, that's crazy. I've never watched a 4-hour long movie in my life, okay? My ADHD was fighting for its life watching this damn movie.
I know, and my butt was hurting.
And I fell asleep. I did have to finish the last 30 minutes. I did. Granny was out. Granny was a slump like this, okay? I wasn't even laying down.
The pacing in the book didn't bother me. But I read a lot of big boring shit. Like a lot of people, like, you know, I just read, what was it called? Swan Song, which is like a knockoff of The Stand. And it's very long and very slow. And I still got through it.
Well,
it didn't bother me.
Hold on. I love me a fat fantasy, okay, with a PH. I do. But I'm in my Brandon Sanderson bag right now. And I realized he has spoiled me. Because in a Brandon Sanderson 1,000-page tome, you will constantly be changing like characters that you're following through each chapter. And so I think this book having such long chapters with no real break in like, it's all that third person, just everything is kind of the same tone. You're just getting it scene for scene. I think that is starkly different from what I'm used to in fantasy. And I was like, wow, I picked the book up. Oh, we are still at this same meeting. Oh my God. I was there for days.
That chapter was very long. What?
What time is it?
It is 7:23. Yes. What do you want?
I'm trying to find them.
We're not having a party in here.
I'm just trying to find them.
She's right there. Okay, we're not playing in here.
Okay, Stina really said everything for all of us. She said she likes the slow pace of the book, but she agrees with me. She liked the pacing and the way they summed it up in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the movie did a really good job of staying.
And one could argue that I feel like if I feel like there's two sides to the coin, because if an author would have wrote this and not put all of that information in about, you know, the ring and how it came about and who has what ring and this, that, and the other, people would be like, 3 stars. There was not enough information. You know what I mean? And so like, sure. Then he gives information and they're like, it's too much information. So, cause like I read, what was it called? I wasn't asking you, girlfriend. It was called Blood Over Brighthaven. a lot of people complained about the magic system and that and how it wasn't fleshed out enough. But I feel like it worked though. And then also Alchemized, a lot of people didn't like that one because there was not enough information of how these powers came about and blah blah blah. What is up with everybody?
There's race car Paul.
I can't even concentrate. I don't know. I feel like there's two different sides. I mean, and also this is like the first fantasy book that ever truly existed. So he literally was just going off nothing. I don't know. It didn't bother me, but again, I don't care. I feel like sometimes slow books kind of help relax my brain a little bit. And I think that's why they don't bother me. You know, like it just kind of like makes me not have to focus so hard. I can just sit back and enjoy a story. Hey, can y'all get out of here for a little while?
Why?
Because I can't concentrate with y'all back here doing laps on my recliner.
But was bothering.
And you're bothering me. What a concept. Okay?
Okay,
Y'all get out of here.
I'm just gonna go.
Carter, please quit.
I'll be quiet.
Can y'all see that they're like literally spinning in circles on my chair? It helps go in knowing what to expect.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I like disliked the book because of any of the like information overload. I just feel like it's very book one. So that's also hard for me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm in a series, I'm like, cool, finished it, give me the next one. Because then I just read it like one giant book. I don't stop and really think about each one individually.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's not the experience. Like, I mean, it's stupid to say like it doesn't stand alone, but like it doesn't. That's why you don't read book 3 on its own.
Right.
But
well, technically, this was written as one book. It was not written as a trilogy. So, like, technically, we're not even done with the book.
Yeah. Well, like I didn't feel like there was really a story arc that like finished, right? Like it was like, okay, we got all this lead up. We're going to do all of this stuff, but we ain't done it yet.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking too as I was going over my notes this morning. I was like, well, maybe I'll start the second book tomorrow because it'll like be fresh on my brain as we're talking about it instead of waiting again and then not have, you know what I mean? Like just to keep going.
I completely agree. I was thinking the same thing. Like if I don't start it now, but if I started it before, there would have been no here, let me keep this separate. Oh, which book did this happen in? So I was like, you can't do it before the live, girl, or you're gonna be spoiling stuff and you didn't even know it.
Yeah. Also Kelsey said she wished they put Tom in the movie. I liked Tom as a character, but I feel like that's that's unusual. A lot of people don't like Tom as a character. And so I want to know, like, what are y'all's thoughts on Tom as a character? I also read that now this is like allegedly or whatever, because as far as I know, Tolkien himself didn't say it, but people say that Tom was Tolkien writing himself into the story because he's been there before anything and everyone existed. The ring can't do anything to him. Like, you know, like, so he's kind of like the god of the story in a sense. But I felt like he was just like a fun time guy. I don't know. I enjoyed him. Okay. You're going to have to get out. If y'all don't get out, I'm not putting up your tent when we're done. So if you want me to put up your tent, you're going to need to get out. I cannot focus with y'all playing behind me. No, ma'am, we're not going to cry because I'm not going to put up your tent.
Oh, she said, are y'all looking at her?
She is dramatic. Close the door.
Are you seeing this?
She is dramatic. And that's how she does in front of everybody.
Of course. Why are we doing it if not for the attention? No, but I wanted to see how it played into the movie with them not having Tom, because Tom had a bunch of stuff, but like the biggest thing with Tom for me was the fact that the ring didn't touch him. Like where is that an open door? Are we going to go down that door? Like, is that going to play into this with something? Like,
I don't think it does. And I think that also could be why they didn't. I don't know if it is or not. This is just me speculating. I think that's also why maybe they didn't put him in the movies, because they don't have an explanation for his character. And so, like, it would be hard to, like, people, I'm sure, like, movie people would be like, well, what's the deal with Tom? You know? I don't know.
So tell me about Tom. What's so great about him?
He did. Everybody's saying too much. There was a lot of music in there. And a lot of them I didn't even read. And then when I was done, I read also that he foreshadows in some of the songs. And so I was like, well, great. Now I'm gonna have to go back and reread it.
Yeah, I think the song of it all also kind of dampened my star rating. But like, again, these are not the songs of my people yet. Maybe I will fall in love, and then I'll be like, "Oh my god, those silly songs! I love those."
You're like a Swiftie, but you're like a
Exactly,
you know how, like,
exactly.
you're Tolkien-y or whatever. I don't know what they're called.
Right. I feel like I'm giving all of my opinions, and like I haven't even fully formed it yet. Like I feel like I'm halfway through a book.
I know, Kelsey. I Googled that actually earlier about that because I was curious. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can have it up. Because I was also Googling, because there's people also say stuff like this story could have been so much shorter if they would have just got on an eagle and used the eagle to fly the ring, whatever. So then I was Googling why that couldn't happen. So I was Googling that, and I was Googling about the ring. And it said, no one can resist the One Ring forever. So even so the hobbits are the ones that can truly resist the rings, because most hobbits don't desire for like power, or, like they're very humble, they're very grounded, whatever. So the ring is not drawn to them. So that's the reason why Bilbo and Frodo, why is his name? Sorry, Bilbo and Frodo, like, they can have the ring for so long and it barely affects them, or it takes a long time for the effects to show because they're not greedy for power and stuff like that. But according to my Google search, the ring was created by, I don't know how to pronounce these names. The ring was created by Sauron specifically to dominate wheels. Its influence isn't just temptation, it's a slow-ending erosion of the wearer's mind and spirit. So, yeah. Where's it at? Hobbits have a natural resistance because they tend to be unambitious, grounded in simple pleasures. And power always corrupts eventually, even the well-intentioned, which is why it says no one could resist the ring indefinitely. The best anyone can do is resist it long enough to let it be destroyed, except for Tom. So, which means he has to be, I'm assuming, like a god. Because, even elves are, in this story, in this world, elves are very powerful, majestic beings. They're not like elves from Sarah J. Maas. They're very tall, and, they're, you know what I mean? And they can't even, well, that one girl did resist it technically, but she had her own ring. So, did she really? I don't know. But I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm a newbie. Y'all probably all know more than what I know.
With this whole being on Earth thing.
Say it again.
You really broke my brain with this being on Earth.
I was Googling all kind of shit today because I was like, okay, what is somebody going to ask me? And I'm going to need to know the answers. so I was looking up all kinds of stuff.
I don't know who put pressure on you, but please, girl, this is the Dumb Bitch Book Club. What you trying to do? You trying to ruin our legacy here as the dumb bitches? That's crazy.
I would like to one day eventually be the type of person that knows because I can, Paul has a cousin that's very big into Star Wars, one of the things, and you can ask him anything and he can tell you what movie, what minute in the movie, who said it, where it originated from. He is in it, you know what I mean? And I was like, wouldn't it be cool?
Answer questions like that about myself, okay? Absolutely not. When's your birthday? I'll think about it. I'll figure it out. I don't know.
But when because I read that Tolkien's vision of this world was set in a place like his I'm wording this really weird. His inspiration for the world was rural England. And so like that's where he came up with like whatever. And then he drew out a map, which I'm sure everybody's seen the map. And he actually sat there and measured it. And so he knows exactly how many miles this is from that is. And he took that because he drew the map out before he even ever finished the book. And so that he could have the right mileage for them to walk to the places. And so the map is legit to the story, which is really interesting. And then it was talking about like, this is set on Earth just way before our time. So it's like,
So like that means that at one point there were hobbits and
not no. In his made up world, yes. And I mean, like if you think about dinosaurs and think about at one time there was legit dinosaurs walking on this earth, that'll break your brain too. Because sometimes I think about it, I'm just like, what the fuck, you know?
I love walking around the museum going, what the fuck? 100%.
You know, like just think of like, you know, there was no shopping mall here. There was actually a nest of fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex eggs. Imagine how big they were. I don't know.
They were doing shit.
I just learned the other day that Tolkien also made illustrations of the world. Yeah. Wait, hang on. I have a wish list. They can have what they want. They deserve what they want. Oh, let's see. And I think one of the books. So I found this was a while back. I found like a list of all of the books in Tolkien's like thing. And hang on. Some of them are on my I couldn't find all of them on Amazon, but I found some of them. I'm scrolling. It's so funny when I scroll. My wish list is mainly just for myself. It's like my to-buy list. So there's the letters of J.R.R. Tolkien, which I want to get because that'd be interesting to read. And then where's the rest? So we have Tolkien Diary, Tales from the Perilous Realm. I want to say there's Lord of the Rings sketchbook and a Hobbit sketchbook is what I saw. Oh no, this is not by him. This is actually by a different man that illustrated them. I thought it was going to be okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be like Tolkien's whatever. Anyway, sorry about that. I just actually got another box set. Hang on, let me grab them. And there's like 5 or 6 box sets. Like there's a shit ton of stuff in the Tolkien world. So I got another box set. And this one has, I don't know how to say this, the Silmarillion. It's like the one it's the prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And then, because I think it's more like where the elves came from or something. I don't know. But some of these I thought some of these had illustrations in them. But like this one is the Book of Lost Tales, the Book of Lost Tales 2, and Unfinished Tales. So imagine how many books he could have wrote if he didn't have to go to war and stuff. I also read. What? Sorry.
If he didn't have to die.
I know. Well, he died. He lived a long life. I think he died like in the 70s.
Oh my God, it's our friend Nathan. It's our mascot.
I think he died in the 70s, which is it's a really weird thing to think about because I feel like when I think of J.R.R. Tolkien, he was like here a long time ago. You know, like he fought in World War I. But then I was talking to my friends about my grandpa, who was a cowboy rancher that died. He would have been 100 years old this year, and he also fought in World War I. But when you think about World War I, don't you think about it being a long ass time ago? And then also my daughter.
Thinking about it often.
Well, must be nice. I have OCD, but like in a not like a cleanliness way, and like obsessive
way.
thoughts about death. Yes, I do. And I think about things like that all the time. And then that's why I cry, because then I start crying because I'm like, he could have at least waited and died when he was 90.
My Lexapro has me living.
Look, I am raw dog in life, okay? The only medication that I take is magnesium at nighttime because I couldn't think of the word. Is magnesium at nighttime because I have bad anxiety. And then I recently started taking B12 because the bottoms of my feet have been hurting really bad. And so I had to like go to my Google doctor, and it said that it could be like from nerve damage in your feet, because it would be like electricity in the bottoms of my feet. Like it hurts. Like it's not like hurting from walking. It's just like at nighttime I'll wake up and like my feet are throbbing, and it said it could be nerve damage from lack of B12. And I was like, bitch, I could use some energy too. Let me go and take it. So I've been taking B12 as well. Like the chewable capsules. I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point. I did have some questions. I did not create these. I found them on Google. If we want to like briefly talk about stuff, like what do you think makes Frodo the right choice or wrong choice to carry the ring? Anybody?
Ooh.
Let me get a raise of hands. I think
you're wrong.
I think it's just, I don't think it's specifically a Frodo thing. I think it is a Hobbit thing. Because like I said, Hobbits aren't, like I think it could have been any Hobbit. It could have been Sam. It could have been, like it was Bilbo. Bilbo had the ring for a very long time. And it didn't really start getting to him until after he had it for a very long time. I think it's like a Hobbit thing because they don't aspire to be anything. They just want to be at home with their food.
No, I am a Hobbit. When we were watching that movie, my husband was in like, oh my God, that's you. Oh my God. Every time they were like, all we need is home. Everything we need is our home. My husband just kept looking at me and was like, oh my God, your brand, they stole it.
I hear my computer going off, but like I don't see anything.
Very popular, clearly.
My kids are screaming. I'm out of breath.
Wild Saturday night.
I think it's a combination of the fellowship. Every one of them was necessary to the success. In the carrying.
Go ahead.
In the carrying, like in the journey, I think they all like played their role. But I was talking, like, I think the question more so is talking about like, because Frodo himself as an individual is the ring holder, the ring bearer. And like at times where, like for instance, we're going to talk about spoilers because I feel like it's hard to talk about books without talking about spoilers. I think like at the time, like towards the end of the book, when Frodo like wanted to do it by himself, because he's like, if I keep doing it with my friends, it's going to eventually start eating them up from the inside. Like the ring is going to get to them. So I'm going to take it upon myself and I'm going to do this by myself because he's protecting his friends. And I feel like that shows that Frodo was the right choice to be the ring bearer for this ring. You know what I mean? Even though he's not going to be alone because Sam was there. Sam is my favorite character. He's just about to say. He's like the heart of the story. That boy don't give a. He's like, I'm coming with you. He didn't even know how to swim. And he's like, all right, cannonball. He's like, I'm coming with you. I don't care. So
there's nobody else in this book other than Sam. I'm telling y'all right now, if something happens to Sam, I'm done. I will put the book down. I will go further.
I said the same thing because my favorite character was Gandalf. I loved Gandalf in The Hobbit. And then I loved Gandalf going into that. He's just very he's a smart ass, but like in a good way, and I love that. And then look what fucking happened in book. I was not book 1, like literally. I was like, you could have waited until book 3, like the fuck. And then I was in denial. I was like, he didn't really die. He's gonna come back alive. Like he's not dead. He is not dead. He can't be. He's a fucking wizard. Like he's a wizard. Wizards are supposed to be like. I'm not into wizards. I can't name one, but I can name Gandalf. But in my head, I feel like they're these like ultimate power things. Like they should be more powerful than a fucking troll. But
no, I think that all of it, and I think all these answers kind of go into that, which you're so smarter than me. It's crazy to think that like there are so many deeper meanings or, you know, like through lines through the book about like what is the overall theme. But I love that friendship is so prominently one of them.
And I think friendship is the overall theme. I know it's a good
the ring temptation of greed and power is a big one.
But, and I know good versus evil, but name a book that isn't good versus evil. That's not a romance. You know what I mean? Even The Fourth Monkey's good versus evil. I can learn. Hang on, I wrote something down somewhere.
Sam is the real hero of the story. Like he's legitimately probably one of my favorite characters of all time.
So the Fellowship encounters only death and ruin in their passage through Moria, and their harrowing experience highlights the destructive consequences of greed, which I think is also a theme in this book because that's the whole thing with the ring. Gandalf's sacrifice to save his friends is the ultimate act of selflessness, the antithesis of greed. In contrast to the pervasive threat of greed is the power of friendship and devotion. I just think friendship, as of right now in this first third of this book, I think friendship is like, because it starts at the very beginning. It starts, well, after the birthday party. Sam's already right there. And also, well, no, even from before the birthday party, because even Merry and Pippin knew what the fuck was going on, because they're like they watch out for their friends and they know what's going on, even though that their friend don't think that they know that he knows that they know what's going on. You know,
I like Carly's idea about his closeness to Bilbo.
Let's see,
Kelsey and Carly. Like we're gonna find out some stuff.
Who's Colbert? Who's Stephen Colbert?
Colbert. Late night host.
A what?
Late night host.
Oh, girl, I don't watch TV. But okay, that I would have never known. I don't even know who Sean Austin is, but I'm assuming it's the actor for Sam because she has it in parentheses. I'm gonna use my context clues a little bit.
You're smart. You are smart girl.
And it was Bilbo who set it up for Frodo to be the ultimate ring bearer. I can't remember how Gandalf words it, but there are also forces at work for good and not just evil. I think the elves prove that there are forces at work hang on. I wrote a bunch of, look, did y'all see all of my notes? I wrote a shit ton of shit. Yeah.
100% class is in session.
I was writing because I was like, I don't want to forget this. I don't want to forget. And then here I am forgetting it. Because I wrote down some quotes that I came across. I even wrote the ring's inscription, the one ring to rule them all, because I was like, I'm probably going to forget that. Oh, shite. A TV intern host and a huge Tolkien fan. Okay, I have another question. Is it Tolkien or Tolkien? I say Tolkien, but I think the I throws me off. Or is it Tolkien? Because I hear people say Tolkien. So there is a new movie coming out because they were like, should we recast? Because they were talking about recasting. What's his name? Boromir. That was the guy that RIP'd at the end of the movie.
Oh my God.
But isn't it like a prequel to The Hobbit or something? It's something that happens before the actual Lord of the Rings trilogy, correct? I saw it when I was Googling all my shit this morning. I was trying to Google all kinds of stuff to be prepared. But anyway, hang on. What was I looking for? So, like, for me, Bilbo didn't want to leave Frodo the ring because he tried to take it, and Gandalf had to keep telling him to leave it. And I think Bilbo got it because Frodo got it because Frodo got everything, because Bilbo literally left Frodo his entire estate. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was specifically like, I'm going to keep this ring and I'm going to pass it down to Frodo for a specific reason. He was giving Frodo everything, and it just came with the lot. And then when he met Gandalf,
a large part in it, didn't he?
Gandalf, yeah, because Bilbo wasn't going to leave it to Frodo. He was going to take it with him. Well, he wanted to leave it, and then he kept putting it back in his pocket or wherever he was putting it, and he wanted to put it back or whatever. And then Gandalf was like, "You need to put it," and so he put it on the fireplace. In the movie, he put it on the floor. So I don't know. I would have to ask Tolkien about that. What was his intention?
Normal relationship.
I have a Ouija board somewhere. We can pull it out in a little bit. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I would never have something that I would be too. I can't even watch a horror movie, much less have a Ouija board in my house.
Carly and Ricky, yes. The Hunt for Gollum is a separate new one that's already slated for 27. The one that Colbert and his son are writing is called Shadow of the Past.
It's supposed to be, it takes place either before or after The Hobbit, but it takes place before the actual Lord of the Rings trilogy.
It's going to focus on 6 early chapters from the Fellowship of the Ring, ranging from Three is Company to Fog on the Barrow Downs, which were omitted from Jackson's original film. So it's an extended version.
So it's like, where they talk a lot about how they had to hunt down Gollum to get information. I bet you that's what it is. Because the Hunt for Gollum, like, remember?
Well, no, the Hunt for Gollum is not being written by Colbert. That one's already slated for release in 27. Colbert's just starting to write the Shadow of the Past.
Okay. One of those is the one I saw that they were recasting, or they were talking about recasting the actor who played Boromir.
Yeah, Boromir. That's going to probably be the Hunt for Gollum one, because that one's already in production, I guess.
Yeah, I know the ring kept overpowering Bilbo. That's why he would put it down, and then the ring kept making him pick it back up. And that's also why he lived longer than what he should have, because of the ring. Because he wasn't aging with this ring, or wasn't aging at the normal pace to age because of the ring. And then when they re-encountered each other later on in the story, he was again tempted by the ring. And when he put that ring on, he turned into this evil, or not, he didn't even put it on. I think he just like reached for it, right? And just him reaching for the ring or something, he turned into like demonic Gollum looking situation. I don't know. So I know the ring had a lot to do with a lot of stuff in this story. Okay, wait. Okay,
what about the ring? The ring was prominent.
The ring had a lot to do with a lot of the people in this story. And so, what is his name again? Boromir is human. And I think that's why he was the first in the friend group to be affected, because out of all of the individuals in the fellowship, the human's the weakest. And so, of course, he would be the first one to be affected by the ring.
Yeah, I didn't really like how they did Ned Stark like that. Like, Ned Stark, that was a big, great
crying. Man. It took me back. I was crying. I was like, what the fudge? Okay, hang on. Let me back up a little bit.
Yeah, Kelsey, I thought it was what Carly was saying, but I don't know. It could be what Stina is saying.
See, to me, I don't remember. I think in the book, he didn't want to come back to he didn't want to. He wanted to go see the mountains. That was his whole thing. Was he wanted to go see the mountains. And
well,
then
because now that I'm watching The Hobbit with my husband, because we needed our fix and I couldn't move on to movie 2. So now I'm watching all these Hobbit movies. Yeah, Bilbo is a freaky frick. He has had all these adventures. I thought he wanted to go on more adventures now because, like,
he wanted
Frodo's
to go
big. He took
see the mountains and finish writing his books. And he said he wasn't.
Yeah.
He had no plans on returning. He did not plan on.
Yeah, that's why he left.
That's why he left.
I think the idea was like, okay, well, you must be dying if like you're planning the end of your life.
And see,
But
that's
then
what I was
when-
thinking. I was like, it's like a fucking dog. When a dog is ready to die, the dog's like, peace out, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go die under the tree across the yard.
But like then when they see him, he's perfectly well. He's like, hey, I'm ready to party.
If I remember correctly, it's because he came upon Rivendell and then fell in love and didn't want to leave. Fell in love with the place and didn't want to leave. And that's why he
I
was
would
just
feel the Can you imagine? I'm going Rivendell. Me and my cross stitch. I'm gonna go. I'll be fine forever.
No, he because in the book, doesn't he say like goodbye forever or something like that? Hang on. These are
I don't know.
some
These are my right here. Nothing.
nothing. Hang on.
The ring is supposed to accelerate your desires for greed or other things. Bilbo gets rid of the ring and has a desire to seek out other adventures. Y'all are some big brain baddies in this chat.
Is it Aragorn? Aragorn is half. He's not full human. He's half. Correct? One of them is half. Boromir, what the fuck? I can't get these names. Boromir's human. I want to say Aragorn is half. One of these is half. I want to say it's Aragorn was half. Because you know, like in the movie when they're in the boat and they have those two big statues that they go through, those are his people. He's a race of man. What the fuck's that mean? I thought he was half human, half something else. Which one of these people is half human then? It has to be him. Gimli is not Gimli is a dwarf. Legolas is an elf. Hang on. I could have sworn that it said he was.
Wi-Fi is ass. Okay, they call hobbits halflings. So is that where we get the half thing from? A halfling?
I don't remember. Girl, I don't. There was a lot.
The wizards are the Istari.
Elrond is half.
Man.
Okay. Elrond is half. So it wasn't somebody in the fellowship. The Lord of Rivendell is half. Elman and he's half elven and half human. That's where I was getting my mix up from. The Dunedain.
What the hell's a Dunedain?
He's nothing. Oh, he's nothing. Oh. And then somebody's updating in the thing. I wish I couldn't see because they were like, poor Merry and Pippin. I don't want to know these details. I think I don't remember which book they're reading, if they're reading 1 or 2.
Yeah, I was very confused because I was like, okay, I've got it. We've got hobbits, we've got elves, we've got dwarfs, we got wizards. And then all these other bad creatures were just like, yeah, and we're going to be all these other things. We're going to be orcs and goblins and Nazguls and like, I was like, oh, I'm going to be it.
Are you fibbing?
I'm just stubborn.
Get in there, mommy's working.
No.
Hang on a second.
Well, now that I've got you all to myself, everybody, let me Google Dunedin, actually. I'm so tired. I'm delirious. Okay, so tell us about your Sanderson journey. Thank you so much for asking. I thought nobody ever would. I'm just kidding. So I've read. Also, welcome to my new office. My husband built these built-ins behind me. And then also, oh my God, I'll take y'all on a tour. I also have new wallpaper on that wall. I'll have to post a pic because like it's really hard to show it all. But like, isn't it so pretty? Oh my God. And then everything is green. But yeah, my husband built all of that. So welcome to my new office. And then the reason I said all that is because I was just looking up there. I've read the Mistborn trilogy, Hooked. Even my husband read it, and like, honestly, I didn't even know he could read. So I obviously love that. And then I read The Way of Kings. I'm on Words of Radiance, and that's what I've been in between reading for the book club. And then I actually just bought the rest of the series because I'm determined. Like, I'm having a Sanderson summer. Okay, girls? Because I love him.
Must be nice. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that in a rude way. I just
Join me in the funny summer.
I must be nice because I want to have a Sanderson summer, but I'm doing fucking Summer of Sarah. And then I have to read The Lord of the Rings. And then I have to read that.
Life is short, but my TBR ain't. So I'm over it all.
I know. I really need to get some more books. I've been so like my screen time is, you don't even want to know. It's probably I should be getting paid by the fucking hour at this point.
Yeah, you should.
Because I've been on it. Okay. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I got Elantris. I haven't read it yet, but I also got Windbreaker. I have read that one, but I'm gonna reread it because I love Sandy, and like I'm gonna read his books 100 times. I just know it. But I also know I'm gonna have a Sarah Summer. I got all mine up there. I'm gonna reread them for like the 4th time.
I'm on the second one.
I just want to be in my fantasy bag. Okay, screw this world. I want to leave it. And that's what I'm doing.
I want to too. And then I was like, and I've been contemplating on just not even doing YouTube anymore. Because I'm like, just the freedom that I can have. What?
Our monthly segment. Will Beth quit the internet?
I know. I'm on literally day 43 of my cycle. Okay? This month has been fucking hell. Let me tell you. My boobs have been sore for like 2 weeks now. And I'm like, are you serious?
Your ears.
Sorry. I'm sure he has a wife. He probably has to hear about it from her sister. But that's rough. It is. And this is why I'm like 99% sure I have PCOS. Because you can't tell me I go from an 18-day period to a 43-day period. It's insane.
Join me,
anyway,
sister.
Yes. That's why I uploaded a single YouTube video because I have zero. What is it called? Like nobody wants to watch my videos anyway unless I do a bookshelf ultimatum. If I upload other videos, they don't watch them. So I'm like, what's the point? Anyway, but yeah.
Do what you love and love what you do, babe.
I know. I mean, it's not like my job. I can upload when I want to upload, you know? Anyway, sorry. I always bring it. I'm trying to work on not making conversations about myself. Also, Kelsey, I try to look for you on Instagram. It doesn't even show that you follow me.
Uh-oh. Is Kelsey in the witness protection program? Uh-oh. Beth, can you hear me? Because I can't hear you.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
I was tagging her and stuff on the Discord and like there was nothing. She would never respond. And then people were like, whoever you're tagging, it doesn't show up as anybody. It just shows up as user not found. And I was like, she blocked me. So then,
she's here. It's
So then I like went on Goodreads and I was like, is she still, did she get offended? Because so she DNF'd a book on, this is so weird talking about it because she's watching this. She DNF'd a book on Goodreads, but she still rated it. And I was like, not Kelsey rating a book she didn't even finish. Because I know people will rate books that they don't read, but for me, like, this is just a personal thing. I don't, because I feel like I don't have the right to rate it if I didn't even read the whole thing. And I was like,
I got the right to do a lot of things. I'm just kidding. No, I love this. Did you also go to her house to like check on her?
I mean, well, like,
husband? What about her? Like, did you call her kid's school? I'm just kidding. She keeps home with her.
Well, anyway, so then I went to Goodreads because I was like, did she get offended because I said that on Goodreads? So she like left me. So then couldn't find her on my friends list either, and I was like, well, fuck. And
y'all didn't know you joined a book club and a cult. Okay, you go missing, we're coming for you.
I know we done lost so many people in the Discord. They just left. It's like people that are chatting. You get used to them being there, you know, because it's like, this is our group chat. It just feels like a big group chat because it's like, you know what I mean? The same 10 people. And so Kelsey's always there, and then she's not. Like Francesca used to always be there, and now she's not. Jenny used to always be there, and now she's not. Katie's never there.
I'm never anywhere. Like just like you showed on your thing on your Instagram, I have so many. And like, I don't know. I have a condition, okay? A disease in my brain, a worm that lives there. Like, the idea of extra conversation, like I'm literally like, I don't have it in me. What could I possibly say to this person? I don't have any more words. Does anyone else ever feel like that? Like at the end of the day, like I have no more words left inside of me. Francesca left?
A long time ago, girl. You late. Because it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like we get used to the staple people being there, and then they're gone.
And then,
what the fuck did I do?
Too much about this. Like, what happened? Where'd she go?
I don't know.
Like, y'all know I didn't go nowhere. I'm just dumb. Like, I'm just living, paying this iPhone bill and trying not to use it. Where'd she go?
No telling. Kelsey left too. Jenny was there every day, all the conversations, and now Jenny's gone as well. I think it just, I don't know. I think it's just, you know how when you just get tired of talking to some people, you just want to leave the group chat.
See, overwhelmed with life. I'm telling y'all, the world's not a fun place right now.
Wow.
Kelsey, you tell me right now who that someone was.
Someone in our Discords? Because you tell me right now, and I will block them. I will ban them.
I'm going to do more than block them. I'm going to their mama's house.
Did you see a girl on TikTok? I think somebody left a rude comment or something, and she found out where they lived, and she went to their house, and she was like, "You see what? You don't leave rude comments on people's stuff because we can find you."
Okay, hold on. If I didn't have kids, I'd be that level of crazy. All right, but unfortunately I have too many responsibilities to be that reckless. But like, man, I don't care. I don't care if it was a different one. I want their name because I'm in 30 seconds. I'm gonna have their address.
Yeah, because the internet's harsh. I'm telling you, it's like, so in my line of work, in the sense of people that actually put out content for other people, it's like you put out content and you put in this work. And I know it's like, oh, social media is not any work, but like on a typical
a little floss tube video in a hot damn minute because that shit didn't work and I ain't got no time.
Because it takes hours to edit. You know what I mean? And so like you put in work so you want people to find you. Like that's the whole point of sharing, is to build a community, right? And so like you want your stuff to be shown to people. And then when it does, they call you a bitch. They call you annoying. They ask you why the fuck you buy books if you haven't read them yet. Like all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, wow, all because I posted a video about me playing a fucking game with my dad, because how many people think that Paul is my fucking dad? I'm older than Paul. The fuck?
People think he's your dad.
People have asked, not to be rude, but is he your dad or your boyfriend? Neither,
Okay.
bitch.
Not to be rude. That's rude. What you're saying is rude. Also,
Or like,
say it to a stranger.
or a polite PSA, and then they'll say, "I'll delete that shit." Go PSA somewhere else. I don't give a fuck. Delete.
No, I can't with the internet.
Yeah, it's rough. Like today, that girl has like that emoji in my stories. I posted a comment that somebody left on one of my videos, and that emoji is the emoji that pisses me off the fucking most. If you, it pisses me off more than the thumbs up emoji. If you text me something and you have, it's like you're grossed out, or you know what I mean. Like it's like that kind of thing. And so you're telling me. 3 of those, it pisses me off because my friend used to do it all the time. I had to tell her, I'm like, you have to stop, because when you send me text messages with that emoji, it pisses me. I don't know why it pisses me off. Do you use that emoji?
All of my
It pisses me off to no end. I'm like,
you're emoji.
me.
Yes, it's the cringe emoji, and I'll always do it when it's like
Cringe emoji. That's worse than cringe.
no, I will use it like a cringe, like accidentally took my kid to school on the day off. I'm embarrassed. Which I have done that. I didn't know it was a teacher planning day. The only parent there trying to talk to kids.
This is the cringe emoji. You even type the word cringe, and that's the emoji that comes up. You see it?
Yeah. I don't know why that's cringe.
But the
Like,
that emoji that girl sent is like when you're waiting in public and somebody walks by you smelling like BO in their shorts or all the way up their ass crack, and you like look at each other and you make that face or something. Like that's like I'm fucking judging you. It's worse. I don't know why I'm a very offensive with that emoji. I had to tell my other friend to quit using it, but she would use it in weird ways. Like I forgot your freshie at my house, and she would have that emoji, and I'm just like,
it's a Merc face. It's like a Speaking of smelling people's VO, my favorite comedian. So that's really like the only stuff I consume. I consume some books, little bit of shows. 99% of what I'm watching is stand-up comedy or like comedy podcasts. Like I'm living in Live, Laugh, Love, La La Land. I'm here to only giggle. My favorite comedian is Caleb Heron. He's got a bit talking about how, and he's a big man, and he said the worst thing is when you're sitting on a plane and you see a fat person walking up and you know that you need to take a breath so that you don't smell their sit-down air when they sit down next to you. Like, the phrase sit down air hits me right in my belly. Like,
let me look him up. Because my husband watches a lot of comedian stuff. Like at nighttime, normally he'll turn on Netflix and put on a comedian special.
That's all I do.
You can't really talk about comedians on BookTube because you will be canceled, because all the comedians are canceled because people don't know what the fuck humor is these days.
Well, and that's why I love Caleb Heron, because he's good to his bones, he's good to his core, and he's the funniest fucker I've ever seen. But yeah, sit down air is the grossest concept in the whole wide world, but you know what the hell.
Oh my God, what's his name? Matthew? I used to watch I don't know his last name. I used to watch stuff a long time ago with his farm and stuff, but here recently I've on his stand-up skits like that people film that are not like on Netflix, and they're funny. But like his comebacks are so fast.
Crowd work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like so like I used to watch a lot of Matt Rife back in COVID eras when he was really big and his crowd work. He was the first comedian that I used to watch that did crowd work. He's funny, but sometimes like his comebacks are like, he like finds something specific to insult. You know what I mean? Versus I feel like Matthew is just like your gay best friend funny. Like, like, you know, like he turns everything sexual, but it's like in a funny way. I don't know how to explain it. He's my kind of humor. And I wish I was like very fast wit like him. Like I could just.
I was about to say, that's how I always explain it to my husband. Is like, I like witty humor. I don't like slapstick, like just, you know, stupid comedy. I like witty.
But he says it like where I'm from. When you're really close, when you have a best friend, you're mean to your best friend. Like that's just how. That's like how, you know. That's why people always say bitch. You know, because like in the Discord, I have to. Jesus, I am.
Mommy,
What?
Did Kaiser just absolutely end it all?
being rude.
He was.
He was being rude to me.
Why? What were you doing?
I was screaming because I was about to kick me. What's that?
Listen to me.
What?
When daddy's getting on to you, that's not daddy being rude to you. But also, don't be screaming. That's a good reason to be getting in trouble. They're coming in here to tattletale that their daddy's being rude to them. Like, hello, is your parent. Why? Rude to her because she was. Anyway, sorry. Bye, skeleton. She's what was her name?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, yeah, maybe we can talk LOR.
LOTR. Sorry.
You know what? Lord of Ring.
Is the ring purely evil or does it amplify what's already inside people? I don't think it amplifies already what's inside people because I don't. I think it. What was the question? I don't think it amplifies. I think it's purely evil. That's my answer. Stina.
Like Christina, but I think it's like a nickname for Christina. Stina.
Anyway, that was another question. I have I just closed out of it. Dang it.
Anyway, moving on. No, I like that there's the constant question of like, why is it the hobbits that carry this? And I think it goes back to like what we were talking about earlier about how they have that like simpler way
no
of life.
desire.
Yeah,
None.
it would have to be an amplification of what's inside of you, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't matter what type of person you are or who it was. It would call to everybody equally. So I do think there is a bit of it being like it pulls more to humans, like we were talking about, because weak. Okay, that's what you're getting from me. My brain dead.
Do you have Discord up?
Me?
Yeah. Or do you
No.
have iMessenger up? I keep hearing it, but it's not my computer. So, okay, the literary hearth. I'm going to admit something out loud, and I don't want any judgment from any of the 8 people that are in this live right now. What the fuck is a prose? Like, I know what purple prose is, and it's like when the flowery writing is too flowery to where it's obnoxiously done. That's purple prose. But outside of that, I'm like, what do you mean the prose? I didn't find it over the flower. So, like, what does it mean?
It's the writing itself. So, like, you can have flowery prose. So
Why
it's
can't
like
you
it's
say
very,
writing?
because she's the literary hearth.
Her in general. So it's kind of like, you know, instead of saying basically, you say essentially to make yourself sound smarter. So it's instead of saying right, you say prose to make yourself sound smarter.
It's like saying the style. It's the style of writing.
I'm about to lock
So
you out.
prose equals style of writing. It's just shorter.
Style of writing. It didn't jump out at me as to like, wow, this is different. So
Really?
I don't know.
Well, you're a Stephen King reader. I feel like
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
you're one of those. Yes, Sanderson is very cut and dry to the point. Yes, see? Yes. Wow. Kelsey, here's my mic.
See, and it did not, I guess I didn't catch on to it. I don't know. I felt like it was great, but I felt like it wasn't, I don't know.
Okay. Fun fact. And if I pulled my husband in here right now, he'd feel very vindicated with what I'm about to say. My biggest fatal flaw is there is whatever kind of spectrum that I'm on, I need it in as concise as possible. And my husband, if he can say a word in 20 words or 200, I'm getting the 200 version. Okay. Like that man has never met a short sentence. He's over explaining and over engineering everything. And it drives me nuts to the point where I'm like itching listening to him. And then I'm like, okay, like, get to the point. And I have found myself being like that with books. Sanderson's writing is exactly what I want. He's like, this happened. And then this happened. And then guess what? That happened. I'm like, hell yeah, brother. We're going. I don't want to go on your journey like this. I want to go from A to B.
A combo of word choice, sentence structure, punctuation, etc. Carly, you don't got to be a cunt. Just kidding.
Leaving the Discord.
You had to add punctuation to it, Carly. Now you're making me feel like I don't know anything.
Is this how she's talking to y'all when I'm not there in the Discord?
I just want you to know I did not mean that, and I was just being funny. I didn't mean that. I don't think that's what you are. I just feel stupid. Anyway, me and my husband do say that all the time, but not like in a.
Well, we do too.
You know, we call Paul will come in here and be like, bitch, look at this. That's just how we talk. Not in like any vicious way. My husband doesn't like to fight. So a lot of the times he's just like, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. I'm just sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I lived in that kind of a marriage.
Anyway, maybe. And see, to me, so like sometimes when I read a book, like I read, what is your name? Katie. You have to. Okay. When I read this book, the first person I thought of in my brain to recommend it to was you. Because it's oh
my God. To be thought of is to be loved.
But it's because it kind of reminded me of When the Wolf Comes Home. Don't go into it thinking it's going to be like When the Wolf Comes Home. But it kind of reminded me of When the Wolf Comes Home because of how outlandish the story was. But like my jaw was on the floor multiple times as I was just fucking reading that book. But the writing really hopped out at me because it was different than my usual writing. And it's very poetic. What is it called? It's called You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. The writing was poetic, but like in like a gothic way. But it made the book sound creepier because of how the author like wrote. It normally writes YA. This is her first this is her first adult novel. Okay. And but what's her name? Somebody on Instagram. I don't know her real name because I just know her on Instagram. Hang on. She read it because of my recommendation, and she also gave it 5 stars. Jessie Buckmaster, Punkers Fiction Reads. She even read it and gave it 5 stars because of how outlandish it is. It's a wild ride, but it takes a minute to get there. But like once you're in the story and shit starts happening, you're just in it. I can visualize it being a movie because of how outlandish it is. I don't know how to. Anyway, so when I was reading that book, sorry, my kids are bad today. They've been being bad. Like they're in their era of not like she literally came in here to tell on Paul for getting onto her, like for her screaming, like and she's a very smart ass right now. So we're in that era of life. But anyway, when I was reading that book, her writing was so different than my normal that it stood out for me to like mention it in my reviews and stuff, that it was very like lyrical, poetic, but like in an eerie, like makes it gothic-y type of way, versus when I was reading this one, it just felt like fantasy. it didn't feel like something that poor guy's going to be fighting for his life with these kids because they told him, he said, go to your room. She said, no. Anyway,
Sorry, Paul. We don't have to be long.
it's hot in here. I turned the air up because I was cold and now I regret it. Anyway, so sorry.
Added it to my TBR. I will be reading.
Did you find it?
Yes, I did. It was good. Okay, I liked how one of the questions for the book club discussion on Google was would you think that modern audiences would tolerate this level of detail? And I think that's funny because that's kind of what we've been talking about.
Right now, in today's day and age, I would say no. Because
talking about how you do.
I do. But I would also say that my taste in books is not, I feel like I have not like a specific taste, not like a better than thou taste, but I lean heavily towards books that were published years ago versus current new releases. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Versus now everybody's reading the newest thriller, the newest this, the newest romance, the newest that, versus I'm trying to find a Stephen King book that was written in 1972.
Exactly. Back to me saying, yeah, you're a King reader. And you mean what does that mean? That is what it means.
No, you said it like an insult.
It is. I'm just
well, you read King, so.
No, but isn't he known for his style being my husband's I'm not gonna say it in 20 words. I'm gonna say it in 200. I'm gonna
it takes 3 pages for somebody to take something out of the icebox. Yes, but
yeah, that's kind of what this felt like.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it didn't stand out to me that way, but maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I gave it 5 stars because that's just what I'm used to reading.
200 pages for one meeting. I was like, God damn, we don't adjourn this meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what characters in the book versus the movie did you feel like were super different? Did you have a preference for a character in the book versus the movie, one way or the other? For anybody, did they stand out?
What was his name? See, I don't even know. I think I could be wrong. Not Arwen. It's a man.
Aragorn.
The tall white hair, white clothes, white. The one that we thought was Gandalf's friend, but then it turned out to not be Gandalf's friend. Because he tried to get Gandalf to be on his
Saruman.
Hell, I don't know. Carly.
Saruman.
That doesn't Sauron?
No, Sauron is the dark old
Saruman.
Saruman.
Yes, Saruman, head of the wizard who turns traitor. Reading the book as I was reading his character, did not picture him as a tall man with long white hair and long white robe.
Daddy?
What?
You didn't picture Willy Wonka's daddy?
As who?
Wonka's daddy?
No, I've never seen Willy Wonka. So I don't know what you're talking about. But no, so in the book, I just pictured an evil man, but in my head, when I think of white like that, I think of peace. I think of tranquility. I think of God. I didn't. So when I was watching it on the movie, I was like, wait, that's a bad guy? Because I will say the movie. Say it again. I didn't hear you.
He was supposed to be his friend.
Well, yeah, he was a wizard turned traitor, but that's the one. Emerson. That's the one character that in the book, I don't know. I did not picture him as that. This is very minor, but I truly could not see Boromir as Boromir in the movie. It was always Ned Stark.
100%.
Yeah, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I'm not familiar with any of the actors in this movie at all. So I didn't pick. When I read books, I don't picture movie stars. I make up my own people in my head. So I don't like pinpoint a movie star. So see, it was the opposite for me because I saw Game of Thrones after Lord of the Rings. See, I don't watch Game of Thrones. When I watched Game of Thrones for the first time, I kept seeing Boromir at first. Is that how you say his name, Boromir? I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie again
No, yeah,
to get acclimated with the pronunciations of all of these names. Also, I will say in the movie, so I love horses in the sense that, like, I feel they're very majestic animals. Like, they're very, like, if I watch a horse TikTok, I'm gonna fucking cry. Okay? If you see me, I repost the horse TikToks of them running on the beach. It's just, I don't know. I just really
okay,
like
so we
horses.
have a weird horse girl in the house. Got it.
I was never a horse girl as a teenager. I mean, as a kid or a teenager or anything. My son is a horse boy through and through. And because we always have to bring him to go riding horses and stuff, it's just like, it's now makes me like horses. Anyway, watching the movie though, and the black riders, so like the black riders on top of the black horses was so visually like satisfying to watch. You know, like because it was, you know what I'm talking about?
Chicken. Like, this movie was freaky. All the creatures scary. Girl, the thing that like birthed itself out of a placenta, like,
What part was that?
you know, the part where they're like birthing out of a placenta. They're making these like creatures or whatever. And he like comes out with like the film all over him and he's like, "Bah!" And they're like, all right, cool. Yeah.
The only part that like truly creeped me out that I can think of right now is when Bilbo tries to go after the ring the second time and he turns into like that evil Gollum looking thing. Gollum was
We are watching The Hobbit and Gollum is in The Hobbit, obviously much more. And him scary. And I was wondering, like, for him to be such a character in the zeitgeist of like, my precious, whatever, I was like, wow, he was like barely in the movie at all. But then I watched The Hobbit and I was like, oh, never mind. I get it. He's in this one.
I think was it both Ricky and Carly too? We read The Hobbit and then we watched, I don't remember if we watched all of the movies or did we just watch one? I don't remember. But that was, Buddy read that a couple years ago.
We're in the
And you
middle of this.
sitting through 4 hours. Try sitting through multiple movies.
I couldn't. I would never even. I'd never even try. Yes. Oh my God, these things are so scary looking. And then that thing. See, I've done messed up. I've watched other movies. The big giant being that has like the ball sack on his chin. You know who I'm talking about.
The Troll?
Sure. I don't
remember. This is the bad thing about Buddy watching is I am constantly talking. And so I feel like I'm... What now?
Don't worry, I can text you a pic because it's icky.
I rated The Hobbit 5 stars too, but I don't think I liked The Hobbit as much as I liked The Fellowship of the Ring. But it's because I felt because The Hobbit's a middle grade book, I can't like what?
I'm going to this.
Right now?
Yeah.
Is the table cleaned off?
No.
Maybe we should clean the table off first so you don't make a bigger mess.
I'll promise to clean it up.
Maybe you pick up the papers. Pick up the papers off the table, then you can play with it. I feel like I can't compare the two because The Hobbit was a middle grade novel intentionally written for like a 10-year-old versus The Fellowship is not. The Hobbit definitely felt very, like when you think like a very, what is the word? Not happy, but like kind of how like the very beginning of The Fellowship felt. Like very Hobbit-y, you know, like very like at home, very green fields, very whatever. Because even though like quote unquote darker things happened in The Hobbit, they never went through it. They were just bystanders and they watched everything go down. So you never like saw the darkness when you're reading The Hobbit. So I don't know. I think we watched all of the Hobbit movies at different times, but I don't remember them. Anyway, but I did give The Hobbit 5 stars.
I texted you a picture of the ball sack man.
Did? Oh, he was in He was where?
The Hobbit.
Oh, he was in The Hobbit.
The king of the goblins or something.
Oh, see, I don't remember. He does look familiar, but I don't remember anything from the Hobbit movies. I just love them all. LOL. It's hard to separate my love for the whole world, and I don't want to feel that too. And I feel like the idea. I love not the idea. What are you like? I love the fact that it is what it is. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. But like
more than that.
Like I love the fact that it's like there's a whole thing and you can read all of these books and there's like even a whole Middle Earth, it's probably not called that, but like a Middle Earth Wikipedia page. Not even a Wikipedia page. There is a whole website, I guess, like an encyclopedia online just for Lord of the Rings lore. There's just so much to it. It's so interesting to know that there's all of that out there. And like no matter how much you read and how much you research, you're still probably never going to get to the end of it all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Christopher Tolkien? Is he still alive?
You know all this lore.
Oh, he's 95. Christopher Tolkien is... Oh, he died at 95. Oh, that can't be right. So J.R.R. Tolkien was born in the 1800s? If Christopher Tolkien was born in 1924, when J.R.R. Tolkien was born in 1892. That is absolutely insane. And when did he die? 1973. To know that somebody was alive in the 1800s and also in the 70s is such a fucking mind fuck to me. Because I feel like the 1800s and then the 70s, you know, when they're out there fucking doing Woodstock, he's still alive. That's crazy. Oh, speaking of people and their musty, okay? I was going to say this. A lot of people, when they think of musty people, they automatically assume plus size. They automatically assume plus size people stink. You know, I have this thing where I like to call dirty nail energy is what they give me. And all of these people that I'm seeing at Coachella look like they fucking stink. You know what I mean? Their shorts are going up their vagina hole and like they just look like they stink. They look like they haven't washed their panties. And I'm just like, why are fat people are always the main ones that are like they like are the ones being like, I bet you they stink. But I can look at these little girls at Coachella and you can just tell they be stinking.
That's a platform I can agree with. You know, stink don't have a size.
For sure not. But when you think of Coachella, though, specifically the area, it's in the desert and they're out there dancing and drinking and rubbing up on each other, you know, because like how many people is out there for hours? Portable potties they're having to use, portable showers, fucking camping in their cars. You know, they out there stanking.
100%.
And I'm like last night I was watching the Sabrina Carpenter concert live on TikTok because they were, you know, going live with their phones and stuff. And you could just see all them people in that crowd. And I'm just like, I know it stinks out there. It stinks out there.
I love that that's like, we can count on, we don't have to buy tickets for these concerts. We're going to feel like we were there.
They were, people be breaking down on TikTok the cost of this. And there's one influencer who she took her and I think 12 other people or something like that to Coachella. And she was talking about how much it cost for her and these people to go, like with their transportation, their tickets, their Airbnb and stuff. $192,000. That's a fucking house. Granted, maybe a 1-bedroom, but that's a fucking house. $192,000. Airbnbs right now in that location are like $8,000 a night. Yep. And they spend thousands of dollars to stink. And I was thinking, like, because they've been sent a lot of influencers, which it's so wild to think about because Coachella started out as like a free function to go to because they were trying to, like, you know, because concerts and stuff are so expensive. They wanted to have this big festival that was essentially free for people to go to enjoy and whatever. And now it's not that anymore. And a lot of influencers are being sent to Coachella. And a lot of bigger book influencers are like, how come no book influencers got invited to go to Coachella? And then I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Why didn't we? Yeah, we like to read, but we like to dance. But then I was thinking, if I got invited to Coachella, I would not fucking go. I can bet my thermostat's at 70 degrees right now. I'm having a fucking heat stroke. Do you think I could be 105 degrees in the fucking desert? I'm so used to breathing in water air because of how humid it is here. There's no humidity there. My skin would die because I have really bad dry skin. And I remember one time I had to go to Arizona for 2 weeks for work and I almost died because of my forehead, cracks right here were bleeding because of how dry my skin got just from going to fucking Arizona in October. I couldn't even fathom being outside for hours with these fat rolls. I think the fuck not. I would be having a fucking panic attack. I'm gonna stay home for free and get my rent's worth, you know.
Oh, literally, what y'all doing this weekend? Enjoying my mortgage. Thank you so much. I'm a hobbit.
An air conditioner, okay. Wait, I was thinking about the conspiracy theory of Gollum killing Frodo's parents since his parents died in a body accident. What?
I have not heard this conspiracy, which I mean, clearly I don't live in.
I wonder if there is more lore to that in all of these extra books that he has. Because, like, these books that I just showed you, like Unfinished Tales, the Book of Lost Tales and stuff, a lot of this is extra lore into, like, the elves and their lives and how they came about and more, you know. So I wonder if that is somewhere. I'm sure somebody would have read it by now. So Coachella is what? A big concert? And it is. It's a big music festival. They have concerts out there all day long, and then they have headliners at night. So yesterday it was Sabrina Carpenter, and she brought out. It's so funny because, like, watching it on TikTok, everybody was like, her surprise guest was Will Ferrell, which he did come out. But Susan Sarandon, she also brought out Susan Sarandon because she played Sabrina Carpenter in the future. And, like, nobody knew who the fuck Susan Sarandon was. And I was like, yeah, I've never seen Stepmom. Like, I don't watch TV and I've seen Stepmom. Anyway, and then also she had, she didn't bring out any musical guests. So she had Susan Sarandon. She had a guy that played with her in Girl Meets World come out. She had Will Ferrell come out. And then she had Samuel L. Jackson narrate a section of her thing. So, like, those were her guests that she came out. Then tonight, the headliner is Justin Bieber. That's why everybody's going crazy because, you know, all of his fans are now in their 20s, so they got the Coachella money. Music festivals are a trip. I don't think I could do a music festival, honestly, for being true, even if it was in the fucking snow. Because so when the Astros, I live near the Houston area. So, like, we're big Astros fans, right? So when the Astros won the World Series, Paul and I, this was before I had kids, Paul and I went to the parade in downtown Houston. And there were so many people. I was throwing up the whole time we were there. I was throwing up. I was having to like throw up in my fucking hands and find a trash can to pour it in because of how bad my anxiety was from people being at the fucking parade, because there were so many people there. And then we went to the Halsey concert. And then after the concert, we went to this room because you know how they have the concerts at like hockey rinks and stuff. Like at the top, they were watching an Astros game in one of the rooms, and we popped in there to catch up on the game. And then I had to throw up because of how many people were standing around me. I don't think I could do what is it called? A festival. Now, what is it called? A concert I could do because you pay for your seat. That means I know you're already going to be 6 inches away from me at least. I feel like it. Do what?
Like if it's a seated concert.
Yeah, I've never been to one that's not seated. And if you invite me to a concert and we're sitting in general admission in the fucking field, I'm not going. I'm not going. Sorry. If I'm going to go to a concert, I at least want to be able to see the people on stage. I don't want to be, because we have this place out here called the Cynthia Woods Pavilion. I say out here. It's not in the town that I live in, but it's like the nearest concert place. And you do have general, it's like an amphitheater. I don't know. It's like, it's an outside theater. And so they have the seats going up, but then there's general admission. And a lot of people sit on the lawn and watch the concert. And you have to watch screens because, you know, you can't really see because you're so far up. And a lot of people go to that. And I think they just go literally just to like listen and not actually like watch the concert. If I'm paying $400 a ticket, I want their fucking sweat slung on me. Thank you very much.
I fear we've had this conversation before because that is a direct quote for you that just rang a sharp bell in my head. I know I've heard you say that before.
I don't know. If I'm paying money to see them, I want to see them. I hate concerts. I do.
Freak about concerts. Like me and my best friends all through high school, we had a saying. We said front row or we don't go. Like we would stand in line for hours.
I don't do front row because this day and age, they're not seats. You're just standing in the pit.
Yeah, you are in a mosh pit of sorts.
I can't do that.
That's what we thrived on.
I like to
you
sit.
Can pay me to be there now. I have aged like milk.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Tuesday's my birthday. I turned 30. I'm in the club.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm in the club. I cried on my 30th birthday. I cried.
No, I'm not doing that. Oh my God.
Obsessive compulsive thoughts are about. I cried on my 30th birthday. And Paul also made not like a big deal about it, but he was like, we just started dating, mind you, not even a month. We weren't even. So we were fresh and I was turning 30 and he's 28 because I'm 2 years older than him. And I was crying. I was homeless. Okay. I was sleeping in my car. Right. Because I left my ex-husband and my family is the type of people that they're not going to say, hey, you can come sleep on my couch. They're not that kind of people. So I was sleeping in my car or occasionally at a friend's house. But like my friend was also with somebody else. And so like when she wasn't there, I'm not going to go sleep on her couch when she's not there. Right. So some nights I would go sleep on her couch. And then when she had to work nights, I would sleep in my car inside of a store parking lot because I was homeless, turning 30. And it's like when you feel like that low in life and you're turning 30. And I was like, I literally like, look at my life, sleeping in my fucking car. 30, I was crying. Paul's like, it's not that big a deal. It's like, motherfucker, you're still 20. Shut the fuck up.
He's like, Brittany, it's okay. There's Nana.
So anyway, so I don't even know how I'm going to act when I turn 40.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be like, look where I made it. Look.
I doubt it. I'm probably going to be in some deep depression. you know. It's also like a mind fuck because like my mom died in her 40s. And so to think like I'm almost at that, not almost at, but like I'm like 10 years away from being at that age that she died. And it sucks for her that like she only got to live 10 more extra years than what I am right now. You know, that sucks. So she shouldn't be out partying. Maybe she wouldn't have died. Shut up. Anyway, what are you doing for your birthday?
Not going out partying. But I think we're gonna go to dinner at my favorite restaurant so I can get a spicy margarita. And then Wednesday we're actually leaving to go to Dollywood. The like Dolly Parton Resort and Theme Park is apparently my in-laws' favorite place in the whole wide world. So we're gonna go and we're gonna actually stay at the resort. So that way we're gonna do the theme park Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday I'm sending the boys to the pool at the resort. And I'm gonna go take myself to the spa. Because I've actually never booked like a massage or anything. So
where is this resort? Where is this? I know it's Dollywood, but where's Dollywood at?
It's like right outside of Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh. Interesting. Poor Dolly. She's
an hour drive for us. So
how many hours? I feel like every time you start to talk, the first couple of words are not like we can't hear them, which is why I keep having to say what? Huh?
Oh dear. It also doesn't help that I keep yawning. Okay. I do apologize for everybody that has seen me do that 87,000 times. If I'm making you yawn, I'm very sorry. It is 8 hours from here, so I will be cross stitching in the passenger seat, letting my husband drive. Passenger princess.
My stitchy bug has left me. I haven't cross stitched in probably a month.
Really?
It's part of having ADHD, you know. Right now,
fixation kind. So
mine is like different. You know, ADHD comes in all different sizes, and mine is like I will hyper focus on something, and it'll be all that I consume and do for like a few months, and then I don't want to fucking touch it, and I move on to something else. And then it's all that I do for those few months, and then I am over it and I'm moving on. But it's like I constantly go back though. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like when I'm over it, I'm over it. I have not watched a singular floss tube video. Nothing. And like in October, November, December, January, that was all I was doing. And now I just can't even make I like, you know, like how you have comfort creators? So even though like what's her name, Stitching Mommy, I don't have any, like a lot of her stuff is not the same. Like we don't stitch the same kind of stuff mostly, but she was like a comfort creator because she was there every Monday and I would just watch her videos and I tried to watch one and I just couldn't even get into it. And I'm just like, yes. Oh, she's been around for like 10 years. She stitches everything, but most of it's like, she stitches full coverage. She stitches Etsy type pattern. She stitches everything. But like I'm more now into samplers than anything. I can't even watch anybody. Occasionally I'll look on there to see if you or Jenny have uploaded anything, and then I get off.
Ain't miss shit. Ain't miss shit. I'm working more hours right now than I am doing anything else. That's why I'm so freaking tired. That's why I look like hell. I am losing my damn mind. So guess what, girl? I'm off all next week because I said to hell with this place for my birthday. I'm just kidding. Cannon spring break. So that's why I took off. But so maybe I will post a video next week. Maybe I will have a singular thought outside of work and survival.
We're going to be at Dollywood.
Yeah, we're not leaving till Wednesday.
What is when life gives you when life gives you I've been studying for the Lord of the Rings all fucking day today. That's all I've been doing. And we ain't even talking about it. What
If you ever study for anything with me, like I'm gonna come to your house and beat you over the head. Like that's the
The
crazy
thing is
thing.
I was so nervous, and it's only the only people here are the people that we just talk to on a regular basis. So we could have had this chat in an email.
Get an email, damn it.
Oh, a Korean family saga. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I can gather what it is though. I don't know.
Painted a picture. Thank you.
Yeah, it's something probably that Peruse Projects watches. I feel like she watches those kind of things, family saga shows and stuff. I don't know. I don't watch. I try I try to get into TV shows and stuff. I can't. You know what I mean? Like what did I try to watch recently?
Don't, because they have me by a chokehold. I can't stop watching shows. I'm turned into my grandmother. I'm like, I gotta go watch my shows. I'm taken to the bed. I'm gonna go watch my shows.
But I need to because I've been watching just TikTok. Let me show you really quick. What did I tried to get into something the other day. It was about like these rich people, probably like in the long time ago era. And one of their nieces is coming to move in with them because her dad died and her dad didn't have money. And I think they own like the railroad and whatever. And like they have servants and stuff and they throw balls and shit. And one of those things. I tried watching it and I just watched like 2 episodes and I couldn't do it anymore. What was I going to show you? My screen time.
I just heard laughing, and
The Gilded Age.
laughing, and Cannon started crying, and now Cannon is crying and laughing. Like I'm real scared of whatever is happening in the living room right now.
Oh my God. This is just from last Sunday. You want to see how many hours I have spent on TikTok?
No, I don't want to shame you like that.
Oh my God. I'm so embarrassed. Take a guess. Take a guess. How many hours do you think I spent on TikTok?
This is a average. This is a total.
A total of hours that I've spent on TikTok this week.
This week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's from like last Sunday to today?
Uh-huh.
12.
Okay. Anybody else want to take a guess? Okay, I'm going to tell you. And this does not include like the 4 hours that I'm about to go look at. 48!
No!
48!
That is a full time. You did a shift. You did a whole like, oh my God, you clocked in and clocked out every day.
I did get a $1,000 bonus, so maybe they are paying me for the hours. 48. I mean, I'm sorry, I lied. 46.17 minutes. 6 hours on Instagram. 3 hours on Whatnot. And the thing is I only watched it's one person that I follow on Instagram did a Whatnot show, and I was watching it not to buy anything from her, but I like her as like a personality. So I was watching her little sale.
Okay. Do you want to guess my TikTok?
12 hours.
It was 8. But guess my YouTube.
Oh, my YouTube's 3 for all week.
No, I'm a fucking iPad kid. I'm an iPad kid with this damn YouTube.
But listen, I used to be that way, but it's like when I got rid of it's like now I can't do anything long form, can't cross stitch, can't watch a fucking YouTube video. I need it here and gone.
All day long, from when I'm getting ready in the morning until I go to sleep at night, I've got a YouTube video playing, and they're everything. Okay,
like 70 hours.
No, 16, but that's a lot. Oh wait, hold on. You said 46. Yeah, hold on.
Are you sure that's a lot? On TikTok. So I can't even watch TikTok while I'm doing stuff. That's me sitting on my fat fucking ass.
I think it just clicked in my brain. Oh my God.
It's not like I can watch TikTok while I'm doing something because you have to constantly fucking scroll, you know? That's literally sitting on my ass time.
It just clicked in my head, and I'm so scared for my friend. Oh my God. 46 hours. Beth, you're not sleeping enough at night. I'll tell you that right now.
Ricky, that's a very creepy comment. Yes, it was. How do you know Kansas? It was Kansas. I like following Kansas because if you see her fucking house, have you seen the inside of Kansas's house, Ricky? Her house is dreams. And it's completely opposite from cottage core, cottage grandma shit. Her house is a maximalist's dream. But she does it in like the most aesthetic. Let me show you. I gotta show you. Anyway, yes, it was her show. Because I just like to watch. She's very sarcastic in her humor. And I just love her. And yes, and because I watch her all the time, I'm always also look, and I'm also in the drama when I see people talking shit on her. I'll watch it as well.
Well, apparently you're commenting, Ricky. I need to know, what is she commenting?
Yeah, because I don't remember what I commented. What did I comment, Ricky? And I have to watch what I comment on people's stuff because I know, like, if I find a TikTok where you've commented, it'll show me what you've commented. Or like if I find a TikTok where Ricky has commented, it highlights y'all's comments because we're mutuals on TikTok. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, you stupid cunt, and then you scroll past the TikTok and you see I don't comment that on people's stuff. That was just my example. Hang on.
Okay, I'm with my people. Me, Carly, and Kelsey are all YouTube girlies.
Lying about what, Ricky? I know she lies about her kids going to school. Her kids do go to school. I know she lied about that.
Your kids don't go to school.
You have to understand how okay, I can see it both ways because you have to understand how creepy people can fucking be. And if she were to say her kids go to school, there's a viewer out there that will try to find what school her kids go to. That's how fucked up people are. So sometimes you do have to lie. So she says she homeschools them, but they do go to an actual school. And you could tell when she's waiting in the car pickup line. Like, because I'm a mom, I can tell. But her kids are really smart and they go to farm school and stuff like that. And she also lied about her marriage. And because her husband and her divorced, she didn't tell anybody she divorced her husband for a long time, which I feel like that's also a legit lie. Like, I too would not tell anybody until I was ready to tell people. So that was a lie that she told. But her husband's not allowed to see her kids anymore after the divorce. Therefore, I'm pretty sure it had to be something very fucking inappropriate for her husband to lose custody of those kids, because in the state of Texas, it is very hard to sign your rights away to your children unless you've like sexually assaulted other kids or other things like that. So I think she's lying about some stuff to keep her life still private, but she would brag about her wonderful husband and her wonderful life. Ricky, listen, I'm going to be an advocate for people because I've been in a place where I was mistreated and abused and all of the time. And I too would tell people everything's fine, and like you would act like everything is fine because I feel like it makes not only that person look bad, but it makes you look bad as well. And I don't know, you have to put yourself in their shoes. And I think a lot of abusive people will not sit there and be like, hi guys, my husband's over there. He just got done beating on me. What are y'all doing today? You know what I mean? Sorry. It's not funny. Like,
begs the question of like, why put yourself out there if you've got all of this going on?
You must have followed her a lot longer than I have, Ricky. But she put herself out there before she was married to him. Like she was on influencing.
I don't know who the hell we're talking about.
And now this is her job. So she like Anyway, I'm trying to find I follow her because I think her humor is very similar to mine. But also, it's not really like, I'm sure people will unfollow you if you get a sponsorship. And to me, like that is the most stupidest shit. Hang on. I'm trying to she shows her house a lot. Like you can just see in the background. Like look at her floral curtains, and she just has like a very fun house with her pink chairs, and I don't know, I think it's very fun. And so I follow her for her. She thrifts a lot, and I don't know. And I just like how like her pink book, or like her bed, and just chandelier in her closet. Like her house just looks fun as fuck.
Oh, that's 100% the dream. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe not the pink kitchen, but like everything else.
Yeah, she has a very fun. Look at the Golden Girls paintings in the back. They look like little Snoop Dogs. I don't know. It's really fun, and that's why I initially started following her, because she's just very eclectic, maximalist, cute. I followed her right after she had Memphis, so that was before I found her. I found her when she was pregnant with Tulsa. Not a hater. I just don't follow her. LOL. Sounds to me like he was hating. I don't know. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes I feel like there are reasons why people lie. Some people do it intentionally to protect.
I feel like this is reminding me of like Jaclyn Hill, and I followed her. Oh my god, I followed her for a decade. And
I want to say it was her in-laws' house.
Yes.
She used to lie a lot too, and
rug. And now she
was lying to protect, because she would lie about John. She would be like, "Oh, he's in the hospital having seizures," when really he was in the hospital because of overdose.
Makeup launch release, and then like at that point, you're not a person. You are an image. You are a brand. So then, of course, everything has to be driven by thinking of that image. So, like, I kind of broke up with like following influencers like that in general, because it was like, you can't, what is the point? I'm not going to trust their opinion because they are a part of the machine. They are being paid to say these things.
Are you talking about the lipstick controversy that went bad? Like her hairy lipsticks? Okay. I think, because I was following her. So like me and her went through a divorce at the same exact time. And I don't know, like I feel like when stuff like that happens, I feel like I can have this awkward relation. Like,
really, Kelsey got a divorce at the same time. So I feel you, girl.
You know what I mean? Like I felt for her because we were both going through some bullshit at the same time. And hers was the fact that she was being abused in a different light. She was being in a marriage with somebody who was abusing drugs, taking money, overdosing. She was having to lie about that to keep her name good and whatever. And I don't know. I just felt like the hairy lipstick stuff. This is how. So she started creating these lipsticks years before she got a divorce. Okay. And then she didn't put out these lipsticks until after she got a divorce. And what I think happened was these lipsticks been in a fucking warehouse for a while. And they didn't quality control them. And she was like, well, I spent millions of dollars or how much ever money on making these. Let's sell them. But also at the same time, her name was on them, but technically Morphe was the creator of those lipsticks. So also I feel like it has a lot to do with Morphe could have also made her release those lipsticks as well. We will never know the truth because I don't think she'll ever tell the truth. Just like Carrie Underwood. You know, when Carrie Underwood got in her accident and fucked her face up and she had all the surgery, you can tell she had the surgery because you could see some of the scarring on her lips. But there's a lot of speculation about that. They're like, oh, she just did that because she had a bad, fucked up, botched surgical job or whatever. But and she won't release any images to like be like, this is, I literally did fall off the stairs and this is my face. I don't know. That's also one that I'm like, but. What else?
Moon mission. Fun fact, my boss's sister is one of the lead engineers on the Artemis crew, like the people that work on the spaceship, not that are actually like in the spaceship. So me and my boss were literally looking up tickets to San Diego to fly to see the splashdown. We didn't because they were astronomical, but like this week has been so cool. Finally living through history that's fun to live through. Thank you, Artemis.
Worthless. Feeling worthless. Why, Kelsey? I have not been intensely following this moon coverage, but did I tell you I'm on day 43 of my cycle? Every single fucking TikTok makes me cry. And every TikTok about this moon thing is making me fucking bawl my eyes out. Okay?
Carol, the world loves Carol. I have cried a lot of tears about Carol.
And it's not even just Carol. They showed an image of like, I don't know space, but like the place on the earth with all the people waiting and watching. And it was full of women. When years ago, when the first one in the 70s or whenever the fuck it went up, it was all men. You know what I mean? It's just like to see the improvement that we have had between now and then, and that room was full of women of all fucking skin types. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. That was making me cry because I was like, back in the backpack day, no women was in there, you know, or if they were in there, they weren't photographed to be in that room. Now there's a fucking woman on the fucking ship. The ship itself was named after a fucking woman. Anyway. Wait a minute.
Sorry, I ain't gonna make it much longer.
We're about to get off. Kelsey, I watched Train Dreams the other day. What is Train Dreams? Worthless because compared to seeing Earth and the moon and badass people doing this stuff makes me feel worthless. There was a celebrity or an influencer or somebody who deleted their entire social media after they saw the top of Mount Everest through somebody else's phone because it made them also feel worthless. You know, it's like you can't get out there and you're seeing all this stuff through somebody else's phone because you're sitting at home on your couch watching 46 fucking hours of We're going to do better next week, okay, friends? Anyway, we're going to go because Katie looks like she's not having a grand old time here.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm like so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I have been hit. I've been hit.
It's okay because I want to go take this makeup off and lay down.
No, I'm crying.
You're what?
I'm crying. I'm so tired. Like I've wiped all my mascara off my face. I'm losing it. Okay, well, I'm going to go.
You have fun. I'm going to go too. I got to go cook dinner. It's 9 o'clock.
She's like, I'm hungry, bitch. Oh, I love
my kids are my kids eat like they know how to cook. They just go in there and they make themselves. I'm going to make them dinner, but like I don't hold them from food. They can go get them a snack.
I believe
they eat all day long. That's why we're broke. I'm just kidding.
Literally out of house and home.
Bye.